What's up, guys? Cookie King here again. The game sent it to me by Bigelow. Yeah, well, I'll call him Bigelow. Moofasa. Playing against Moofasa, who is the red Zerg down here in this corner. Bigelow is, of course, up here in the top right corner. Some interesting early game banter coming out of Bigelow. Looks like he's confused Moofasa. Pylon going down as they continue to spit out the banter. Were you a good guy or a bad guy in Lion King? Huh. Well, not sure how Moofasa is going to respond to this. Oh, well, his overlord is going west to check out this bottom left location. Moofasa, there is no good or bad guys. There are only characters. Not sure what he is referring to. Not in Disney films. Alright, interesting banter. But we have this pool going down first for Moofasa with it following a gas. And Bigelow is going for a Forge Fast Expand, which he does have quite a bit of area. I guess he has this little gap helping him. Bigelow is calling Moofasa the bad guy and is giving him no luck. Means he's sophisticated. I feel like sophisticated might be spelled wrong, but I'm not sure. I'm honestly pretty bad at spelling myself. So spell check is one of my best friends. It means you eat babies. I don't remember Moofasa ever eating a baby in The Lion King, but I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe they've released some weird unedited version. So, Probe Scout up here, not finding the Zerg. Nexus just went down before the cannon. And we have some Lings that are on follow command for this drone. And now they've repositioned themselves. They're going to go attack Bigelow. Overlord just chilling like a villain. And once this probe gets over here, he's going to realize he's at that base. So these Zerglings do get in. It looks like they might be able to take out the cannon. Nope, they're just going to ignore the cannon and keep running. Bigelow pulls a lot of probes off his probe line to try and take out these Lings, and he will not kill them all. 4 Lings still remaining after there's quite a lot of workers killed. 10 workers were killed for Moofasa. A very good play, putting him out in the lead so far. And Bigelow is now down to less probes than he started the game with, which is never a good situation to be in. He is currently at 4, and I believe you start the game with 6. To be honest, I don't count it, but it just seems, after playing so many games, it seems like 6 is about the right number. This Zergling picking off at the cannon. The cannon will not die before it spawns. So, right off the bat, Bigelow is in a pretty bad spot, and Moofasa is in a pretty great one. He has not expanded yet. I feel like an expansion would be a pretty good choice at this point, especially before taking the lair. But it's his choice. Maybe he's doing some interesting one-based Muta build or something of the sort. And it looks like Moofasa is going to end up killing this Nexus, the initial Nexus, which is definitely going to put Bigelow even farther behind. He's still only at 8 probes compared to the 20 drones of our Zerg player. He needs to hit those injects, though. Injects are great. Injects are fun. Get even more units out. Got a couple of cannons, no gateways yet. He can't really afford it. He's got to spend most of his money on those probes. However, he's not even making probes right now. Oh, okay. He decided to go for a gateway. Wants to get his tech tree started. Doesn't want to be too far behind. Zergling's just chilling still. So the lair's finished, but there is no expansion yet. He went straight to an infestation pit, which is a very strange choice to do. He doesn't have Ling speed. He just went straight for Infestation Pit. And he doesn't have a second base either. So we're going to have to see what Moofasa ends up doing with his current base situation. Although he is in a better spot than Bigelow. But Bigelow is starting to catch up. And kind of. He's got half the probes of Moofasa. Infestation Pit just finished. He's going... Well, this is strange. He's going straight for a hive. Maybe he wants brood boards? This is an extremely strange build order, completely unorthodox. Probably one of a kind. I doubt any other player would go straight to hive off of one base. He does have quite a few drones, oversaturated by far. Finally decides to expand at the 8-minute mark while his hive is morphing. Really strange play by Moofasa. But he can kind of afford to do that after the massive amount of damage he did do to Bigelow. Bigelow taking his gases. Might be a little silly of a choice considering the low amount of workers he has. He might want to focus on getting those minerals up first. But whatever he wants to do. He's got a Stargate coming up. Hopefully, possibly thinking to get some Void Rays. It's going to be very helpful. Let's see, what's Moofasa going to make with this drone? He's going straight for Ultralisks. So no Broodlords even, just straight to Ultralisks. Which Ultralisks cost 300, 200. So with his current resources, he would only be able to buy 2. Of course, he's going to have more by the time the Ultralisk Cavern builds. But he's not going to be able to make very many regardless. However, it will be a bigger army than what Bigelow has. But if Bigelow decides to make a Void Ray, then there's nothing those Colossi can, or the Ultras can do against a Void Ray. For obvious reasons of the Void Rays are flying. And the Ultras are pretty much strictly a melee unit. In fact, they are completely a melee unit. He's got some roaches. He decided to get a Spire. He's making that Ultralisk. Must be a big fan of Ultralisks or something. He took these 2 geysers. However, he has yet to put any drones down. There we go. Transferring some drones. Over here, we're getting +1 air attack for our Void Rays. Bringing out a Zealot, which he's going to put over there to block and prevent any Ling run-bys, I suppose. He's getting, oh yeah, as I said, +1 air attack. No Warp Gate. Getting some pylons to prevent the supply block. Starting to mine that gas, which he does need for Ultras, as Ultras are a very gas-intensive unit requiring 200 gas. So I'm really interested to see how this game's going to play out. Moofasa tried to expand again, however that was shut down. Right now the only anti-air for Moofasa is this Queen. So if the Queen was to get lifted by the Phoenix and then attacked by the Void Ray, like that, there's nothing Moofasa is able to do. Rather unfortunate for him. He does have the Spire up, so he's getting Corruptors. Decided not to opt for Mutalisks. Ultras and a Ultra and a few Roaches have started the trek to the Protoss base. Not much here to defend. Moofasa is now supply blocked as that Phoenix was taking it. The Phoenixes and Void Ray are working hard to take out these Overlords. Might want to finish. That Overlord's really low health. Might as well finish it. As these units are just sitting outside of out of Bigelow's base. They decided to retreat after the cannon fire for some reason. I honestly think they could have easily broken that wall, given how little units there are there. But his choice, can do whatever he wants. Waiting for the reinforcements of 4 Corruptors and 3 Ultras total with that 4 Roach. Deciding to go around to destroy the destructible rocks and avoid the cannon. I assume that's what he's doing. Maybe, nope. He just decided to walk over there. check out the scenery. See this little bush buddy. Alright, so Ultra taking some whacks at that cannon. Things are not looking good for Bigelow at this point. He does have the Ultra though, or not the Ultras, he does have the Void Ray, and if these Corruptors decide not to help out, that Void Ray is going to do a lot of damage. Nope, the Corruptors do decide to help. The Void Ray is not going to die. Oh, it is going to die. And these Ultras are just wrecking the probe gas line of Bigelow. Bigelow's trying his best not to QQ, but you got lucky on scouting. Not sure really what it means by that, other than Moofasa found him pretty early. Well, Bigelow's rebuilt his main nexus. He's got all these probes up here. These probes are not good against Ultras. However, Void Rays are. Void Rays are very good against Ultras, especially... Ooh, saying some expletives. And the Ultra dies, quite frankly. There's only a roach down here now. Ooh, what is that? 4 Corruptors. Got this base going down. Made 2 more Ultralisks. Only mining gas from this base. Decided he doesn't need minerals. He did not replace the Queen. So no more injects. Doesn't look like he is deciding to replace the Queen. 4 more Ultralisks on the way. And he's getting the extra Ultralisk armor from the Ultralisk Cavern, which gives them a boost of 2 armor. Looks like Ultras are engaging the main base, but once again, they can't do anything against these Void Rays. The Void Rays are going to take out the Ultralisks before the Corruptors start working on them. Void Rays are going to run away. Bigelow deciding maybe he wants to attack the rocks. Nope, decided against it. Another Void Ray has popped out. Ultralisk army is on the way. Gonna have 3 more Ultras knocking at Bigelow's door. Bigelow currently has half the supply of Moofasa. Some more Corruptors are being spawned. And things are looking pretty bleak for our Protoss player. As long as, unless you can keep up this Void Ray production. Moofasa might want to go for the Stargate, as that's where the only units of Bigelow's are coming out. And Bigelow has killed all of the Corruptors. Oh, there's one more Corruptor reinforcement. A couple more should be en route. Maybe, yep, there they are. But the one over at that current point in time died. These Ultras are going to take out a couple probes, but these Void Rays are going to take out a couple Ultras. Moofasa wishes for Bigelow to leave. However, Bigelow will have none of that. He's going to stay in this game until he is completely out, doing his best. Ultras retreating. This Corruptor is just going to kind of hover above this Nexus, unable to do any damage. Bigelow says fine, apparently indicating he's going to leave. A couple Lings over here. He's scouting for secret expansions, it seems. Yep. Some more probes being manufactured or warped in. I guess probes don't really warp in. They're being built from the Nexus. These Lings just running around. He's got more Lings to accompany his Ultras. He's getting the Adrenal Glands upgrade. However, his Lings don't even have speed. He opted for Adrenal Glands before speed. There are no other upgrades on the Lings either. His Ultras are going to go straight for the probes. There are no Corruptors currently out on the field, so nothing that can attack these Void Rays. Or the single Void Ray, rather. The second Void Ray has just come out. These probes are going to run away and just kind of chill out by their new Ultralisk buddies, who are going to promptly eat them. Got some drones on this base. Still no drones on this base. Interesting. Interesting choice. And this Ultra is once again going to die. And so is this one. All these Lings are going to die. This is a Mentor Void Ray with 9 kills. there are 3 Corruptors currently out on the map. Another Stargate being warped in for Bigelow. Supply count is getting more even. Bigelow was once at half the supply of his opponent, and now that gap is slowly closing. Moofasa making only Corruptors at this point, wanting to take out the Void Rays, but once the Corruptors have taken out the Void Rays, there's not much he can do with them. Interestingly enough, the players have pretty close income given the circumstances of Bigelow losing his base right at the beginning of the game. Got those Corruptors out, lots of Corruptors. Against 4 Void Rays. Void Rays are pretty good units, not gonna lie, but that is quite a few Corruptors. A lot of Zerglings. Has he chosen to make any more Ultralisks? No, there are no Ultralisks out on the field. He is not making more either. But it looks like these Void Rays with some nice micro from Bigelow, pulling away the wounded Void Ray before it had a chance to die. Tried on that first one, but it did not work. And then he sent the wounded Void Ray to start killing these Lings, which are currently wrecking his natural expansion base, and it looks like those Lings might be able to take out. They do have a Drina Glance, remember. So despite the fact that they do not move faster than normal. Oh wow! He left that base alive. He left it alive with 24 HP. We now have 3 Void Rays versus 2 Corruptors. The Void Rays are easily going to come out on top. Third Corruptor joins the fray a little bit late. Looks like this Corruptor might get away. Yes, it does. Keep going. Ah, it doesn't. Wants to re-engage. Unaware that it has no health left. So this Nexus is going to start regenning its shields. Going to take a while to get back up to that 1,000 mark. But Moofasa now making a Hydralisk Den. He's on 3 bases. He has actually mined out his main completely. There are no minerals there. There's still some gas left, as there are only 2 drones on that extractor and 1 drone on that extractor. But there's less than 1,000 on this extractor and only less than 300 on that extractor. 2 Lings coming over. Not much 2 Lings can do. Maybe he was... Nope, wasn't even intending to try and sack this Nexus. Although that Nexus is not being used at all. Only Void Rays are being produced by Bigelow. A couple Queens, couple Hydras coming out of Moofasa. Got an engagement in here. These Corruptors hoping to take out the Void Rays. However, Bigelow's micro is pretty solid. Pulling out these Void Rays. They're all in the orange health, but that doesn't matter when they regen their shields and they have their shields full. So we've still got these 4 Void Rays with 2 more, so that brings our total to a total of 6 Void Rays. There are currently 3 Hydras out and 2 Queens, which they can attack air. We have 1 Corruptor on the way, 5 more Hydras on the way. There's quite a few Hydras. It's going to be a pretty close battle between all these Void Rays and the Hydras. But it looks like Bigelow is going to end up engaging half the Hydras. Oh, nope, he decides to run away. I think he could have won that, as he would have been able to take out most of those Hydras and possibly the Queen before those slow Hydras, which had to travel from this base to this base, and there's a spot where there's no group. Look how slow that Hydra is. Pretty dang slow. Winter's going to come up, try and snipe out some drones. Hey, he finally decided to start mining the minerals on this base. Although, I do not believe... No, Bigelow doesn't even know about this base. He sees a little creep, but that's about it. Void Rays are going to make short work of those Hydras. A couple Hydras were left behind. That could have been the difference, to be honest. Corruptor too. Corruptor would have helped immensely. But now, these units being sent out of the Void Rays one at a time are completely wiped out by the Void Rays. And it looks like Mufasa's in a pretty bad situation. He currently has 1 Hydra and 1 Queen, compared to the 8 now Void Rays of Bigelow, 2 on the way. Things are looking pretty bleak for Moofasa, despite the fact that he had taken out the main base of Bigelow at the very beginning. Some crucial macro errors, such as not rebuilding the Queen for the larva inject, not putting drones on the minerals on this base in a very long time. definitely hurt Moofasa in more ways than one. Gonna take out the Spire so no more Corruptors can be made. Already took out the Hydra Den, so there are no more Hydras on the way. Moofasa has long since abandoned the creation of Ultras, as Ultras are pretty bad against Void Rays. Look at all those drones. He's gonna run these drones away, I guess. Send them somewhere else. Taking out the Queen. Queen's gonna die very fast to these 8 Void Rays. The 9th Void Ray coming into the fray. A 10th Void Ray in production. And it looks like Mufasa's going to go for a counterattack. Just going to try and wipe out the base of Bigelow, which could easily be possible. He doesn't have any proxy pylons anywhere. Probably shouldn't use these Void Rays on the larva, as the larva will die eventually anyway. And they have quite a high armor, so it does take a very long time to kill them. And that is a lot of Hydras, though. But as long as the Void Rays attack all at once and don't split up, the Void Rays should come out on top. Takes out the Nexus of Bigelow. However, this Nexus is still alive because Moofasa decided not to kill it. Void Rays wiping out all those Phoenixes. Only Lings are left. Moofasa, he does still have his hive. However, he's not mining at all. He does not have very much tech left. He doesn't have anything that... And Mufasa's apparently pretty mad at the macro skills of Bigelow. Moofasa might want to refine his own macro skills first. That probably would have helped out quite a bit. Having a higher income is necessary to win. Don't know what I was going to say there. I lost. Cat got my tongue. But Moofasa just straight up left the game. So despite Bigelow losing this Nexus, he actually lost this Nexus twice in the course of the game. Once at the very beginning, once at the very end. With Void Rays against an opponent who decides to go straight to Ultras, skipping all other tech, going straight for a Hive and Ultras. It's possible to win, especially when your opponent decides not to mine on his expansions, which kind of defeats the purpose of having expansions in the first place. I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. It was certainly an interesting game to watch. Many points I thought Bigelow was out of it, but he managed to pull through with the power of those Void Rays. My name was Cookie King. I don't know if I said that at the beginning or not, but there it is again. Cookie King. If you would like me to cast a replay of your game, I'm currently casting a lot of replays sent in to me from the Reddit community, the R StarCraft subreddit. I'm having a lot of fun casting those games. A lot of people have submitted me their games, and I've seen a lot of different unique games. So check out all those different casts that I've been doing. I've been uploading them to YouTube at my channel, Cookie King SC2. So check that out, subscribe, and we'll have an awesome party doing that. And if you want to send me your replay to cast, my email is cookiekingsc@gmail.com. The email's in the description if you want to just copy paste that and shoot me your replay. I'll cast it as soon as I can. So peace out, everyone. Have a good night, and continue to watch my videos and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I will be extremely grateful.